All right, let's talk about the beloved 30, 60, 90 approach. I don't know if it's right for me to say I'm going to challenge your thought process on the 30, 60, 90. I might not challenge it. I might just push it another step further, or that's my goal anyways. Now, I think when we look at, we can go to just about any Facebook, real estate-based Facebook group. I don't care if it's for agents. I don't care if it's for admin, for teams. I don't care if it's for a brokerage. For every single role, it seems like a couple times a month in almost every single one of those groups, someone is going to post and just ask, does anybody have a 30, 60, 90, and then insert the role there? And they're asking if anybody has already, they have designed a 30, 60, 90 that has been successful, and they would love to see what that team is doing or what that person is doing for that role and how they've broken that out. They're really looking for, let's just call it what it is. For me anyways, my terminology, they're looking for a roadmap. Now, why do I want to push this another step further? Because even if you had the right roadmap, you had all the right things built into the first 30 days for that role, and you had all the right things built into the next 30 days, which is your 60, and you had all the right things built in for the next 30 days, which is your 90. I think that's as far as most people take it, and I think that's about as far as most people even think about it. And I'm just telling you right now, I think that is absolutely the very first step and the least of the steps that have any relevancy whatsoever to making sure that we help guarantee our new team members' success. So here's where I would like to push it. Think of 30, 60, 90, that there are two 30, 60, 90s, okay? So now think about it from this point of view. And Chrissy is going to put on the screen a graphic that I asked her to put together. And the reason why I'm recording this is because in my coachings and in my teachings, I'm constantly talking about this, and this is what it usually looks like. Okay, I'm drawing it out like this. And what I'm doing is I'm actually sending that. I'm texting it to them, I'm emailing it to them, all that type of stuff. So I've asked Chrissy to put together a graphic that you guys can download. And when you're watching this particular lesson, you will notice there's a link to a graphic in there. That graphic will allow you to open it up in your own Canva. You can get rid of our logo, change the company colors, whatever you want to do, and customize that to your specific needs. You might not even change anything on the graphic other than the colors and insert your logo instead of ours. But here is the basic concept of how I look at a 30, 60, 90. If you think of what the first 30 days is, okay? I'm going to go very general terms here, but I think you'll get the concept. In the first 30 days, each one of these 30-day periods has its own 30, 60, 90. Be very, 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 I just want you to really catch on to that. So the first 30 days, to really help them, to me, not do their role, but to be able to own their role. We don't hire people to do anything in my organization. We don't talk about doing. Nobody does anything. It's who owns what. So first of all, our language matters. So I'm going to be talking about ownership. So to help someone succeed in their role and to give them a great roadmap, and after about 5 months to 6 months, they can feel like they own their role. Here's what it is. For 30, 60, 90, we're starting with that first 30. Each one of these periods has its own 30, 60, 90. And here's how I've got it broken out. And I'll read right off of this graphic because this is what I've been sharing with people forever and ever. Chrissy can put a better graphic on the screen now if she'd like. But here it is the first 30. Think about it from this point of view. We're doing the first 30. And the first 30 days of the first 30, the only thing I care about is their knowledge and understanding of whatever is contained in that first 30. That's all I care about. Knowledge and understanding. Knowledge and understanding. That is my job as a leader. That is our job as an organization, to have systems in place that we can present things to them in a way that they, by the end of 30 days, they have a very, very good knowledge and true understanding of what we're asking them to grasp. I don't care about their accuracy. I literally don't care about their efficiency. I don't care about any of that. The first 30 days is about knowledge and understanding. Now, forget the whole 30, 60, 90 of the first thing that we talked about. We're still in this first 30. Now, the first 30 of the 30 is knowledge and understanding of whatever I'm asking them to do. Their second month of that same first 30 is going to be efficiency and accuracy. Efficiency and accuracy. So the first 30 days of these things that I am trying to help them to know, understand, and eventually own is we want them to have knowledge and understanding. The next month, the next 30 days is about them being able to know those things and perform them based on the knowledge and understanding that they have. It's being able to perform those things accurately and efficiently. Now, whenever I share anything with someone, I want them to know what the vision of it is. I want them to know where the potential pitfalls are, where they're going to fall down. They're going to fail. They're going to fail. Tell them where they're going to fail. But we have grace. This is my terminology. I'm telling you language is important. So I tell them what's going to happen is in this next 30 days, there's going to be a couple areas where we make mistakes. We're going to fail, but that's okay because we have grace built into the system. We've already taken that into consideration. It's going to happen. Why? Because accuracy and efficiency. So one of your goals is efficiency, and because it's efficiency, you're thinking you're being judged on how quickly that you're going, and if you can't get more done in a shorter period of time, you feel like you're failing. So from time to time, you're going to get excited and you're going to move a little faster. We're going to have a couple mistakes that are in there. With those mistakes, that's okay because we already have grace built in. So once those mistakes happen, and I'll tell you how we're going to audit this to see when those happen and how often we're going to be touching base on that. We'll talk about that a little later. We have grace built into the system. And this is a key phrase. We have grace built into the system, and here's what grace looks like. If you're trying to write down some verbiage, you're trying to write down scripts, that's my script. We have grace built into the system, and here's what grace looks like. So what we will do, just to use an example, we'll back down and literally we're going to take efficiency and we're going to throw it out the window. That second month, that second 30 days is about accuracy and efficiency. When we start making mistakes, efficiency gets thrown out of the window. Sometimes that's just for a day or two for us to kind of backtrack, get it right a few times, and then move forward again. We can start thinking about accuracy. Some of those things, it might take us more than a couple days. It might take us another week before we can start worrying about efficiencies again. All we care about is accuracy. But the fact is at some point we're going to make some mistakes because one of our goals is efficiency. With efficiencies, you're going to make mistakes. Guess what? We have grace built into that. Here's what grace looks like. We're going to throw efficiency out the window. We're going to go back to accuracy, maybe just for a day, maybe for a couple days. But then from there, once we've kind of agreed, and it's not you think or I think, it's when we agree that we're back to where we want to be on the accuracy, then we'll move forward again, and now we're back to accuracy and efficiency. So what we care about the first 30 days, now, I'm still only talking about that first 30 days. You'll see where this all comes into play in a minute, why this takes 5 to 6 months to help someone truly own their role. First 30 days is about knowledge and understanding. The next 30 days is about efficiency and accuracy. Mistakes will happen. That's okay. We've actually built grace into the system. Here's what grace looks like. Now, think about this now. This is 60 days in when we're done with this. They have all the knowledge and understanding. Now, how do you actually become more efficient? Through repetition. It's all about repetition. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Now that repetition also takes what they learned the first month, that knowledge and understanding, and just drives it home. Now, by the end of 60 days, the only thing I care about the last 30 days, so here's my 30, 60, 90 in that first category, is ownership. By the end of 90 days, the only thing that we care about in that last 30 days is when I'm touching base with them twice a week, hardcore, I'm asking them, where do you need help to claim ownership of this area? So the last 30 days is about ownership, for them to feel true ownership and to have pride. This is a big thing, pride in ownership. And I ask them, let me know this, when we get together, share something with me that happened through this thing that we had knowledge and understanding, we had efficiency and accuracy, and we're working towards true ownership of that role. Tell me something you're crazy proud of that you did in that area this week. I'm crazy proud about this. I was this efficient, I was this accurate, and everything else like that. Not only was I this efficient, this accurate, I was able to actually tell someone else on the team that was trying to help with that what this looks like. So now I was able to help someone else. They have knowledge, they have understanding, they have efficiency, they have accuracy, and they're starting to claim true ownership. By the end of 90 days, I'm going to let them know you will feel like you truly own this part of our business. It's a key phrase. You will feel like you truly own this part of our business. If you're not getting anything else out of this particular lesson, get some of the verbiage down. Our language matters. Now, put this in context. As I used to share people with my little, notepad, is you'll see in Chrissy's graphic here, is I have 30, 60, 90. But then I have 30, 60, 90 this way. It's phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Knowledge, understanding, accuracy, efficiency, true ownership. Then on the 60-day part that we usually would put, what are the things that they want to go ahead and focus on in the 60 days? Then that 60 days, that's a new set of things that we're working on and learning. And that one also has a 30, 60, 90. So now they're overlapping. But the first one that was 30 days, by the time that we start the second one, we're about efficiency and accuracy. We're on the next set, we're just on the knowledge and understanding. Now, the next month on that one, we're about, what is it? You already know the answer to it. It's about accuracy and efficiency, which means now we're starting the 90-day one, which is about knowledge and understanding. So by the third month, you have one of them that we're only worried about their confidence and their ownership. In another area, we're working on their accuracy and their efficiency. And the other category, they're now just working on knowledge and understanding. At no time are they working on knowledge and understanding on everything in our system. Okay? No time are they working on accuracy and efficiency on everything in their role. At no time are they working on just pride of ownership. Okay? That's what a 30, 60, 90 looks like. Now, if you take that mathematically, that's going to work out the way that they overlap about 5 months. It takes the way I look at things, I have a level of patience that it is my responsibility to lead in a way that they could truly own their role. True pride of ownership, that they feel that they would own that part of my business within 5 to 6 months. And I have seen leaders that I've talked to and I've coached, and after 2 months, they're frustrated. They're literally frustrated after 2 months that the person that they hired doesn't seem to catch on and doesn't seem to really kind of own their role. I don't walk into anything thinking that we're going to achieve that in 2 months. Now, this is all relative based on how complex the role is and what there is. Now, the last thing I'm going to mention about kind of this 30, 60, 90, understand that there's a couple things in the 30. So understand how you break up your 30, 60, 90, and then each one has a 30, 60, 90 as we mentioned. But the first 30, there are a couple things that are in that first 30 that quite frankly don't take knowledge and understanding, they don't take accuracy and efficiency, and they don't take ownership. Why? Because the first 30 days, some of those things are just filling out their employment papers. It's just getting their login information and stuff like that. So there's a whole slew of things in that maybe first week, 2 weeks that they're just kind of getting some admin stuff done. Okay, so put that in context when you build these out. Now, that is basically what I wanted to share with you on the 30, 60, 90. As a leader, again, it is not, in my opinion, we put too much on the new hire to succeed. I put little on them on whether they succeed or not. I put way more pressure on me. Have I built a system and have I created a culture? Now, I consider this version of 30, 60, 90 a full-blown thought process, a full-blown set of language and verbiage, a full system to help them succeed. And what is succeed to me? Again, here's my verbiage. So if you're doing scripting, here's the script you want to write down, is ownership. It's pride in ownership, okay? What do you need to do and what systems do you need to put in place to help them feel They can wake up in the morning and they're excited to come to work, not because they're going to be thrown a task of things to do. I'm not hiring task doers. I want them excited to wake up and have pride of ownership in part of my business. I want them to have a sense of pride that they own that area. So what and how do I achieve that? How do I achieve that is, yes, I'm going to do the same thing that a lot of people are going to do. I'm going to think about what do I want them to focus on the first 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. But each one of those has its own 30, 60, 90, which means my goal is to help them have true pride of ownership, literal high levels of confidence in that role in 5 to 6 months. Now, I've hired some people that have blown that out of the water. I mean, geez Louise, they come across as though they've got pride and ownership within 3 months. You have other people that it's taken a little longer, but they were still great hires and they were worth putting that investment in. Things will vary a little bit, but you've got to set some goals. This version of 30, 60, 90 is your roadmap to success for a new hire. I hope that helps. This particular video, this 30, 60, 90, eventually is going to be part of a longer course. And maybe when you're watching this right now, it is already part of that course. We are doing a course on hiring, onboarding, training, and leading new hires. And this 30, 60, 90 is an integral part of that. Hope this helps you guys. Have an awesome day.